Fishing buddies. It sure is a perfect day for some fishing. Stan looked over at his friend Bob and nodded, then pushed a hook through a large, juicy worm. It sure is. Stan and Bob were both older gentlemen who had been best of friends since high school. On the first Sunday of every month, it was tradition that they would pack a lunch, grab their tackle boxes, and head out to the lake. Bob had an old boat that they always used. It wasn't anything fancy, but it was reliable, and that's all that mattered. On this particular Sunday, the weather was crisp and cool. Fall was just beginning, so the lake looked especially scenic, as the trees showed different shades of red, orange, and yellow. The atmosphere was about as relaxing as it possibly could be. Stan and Bob never said much on these fishing trips. They just enjoyed the silence together. The sound most often heard was a bird chirping on a nearby tree branch, or the winding and clicking of the fishing rod. As they floated near the north side of the lake, Bob was reeling in his line when suddenly the end of his pole plunged down and bent sharply. "Got me a bite." He jerked the pole up and started cranking the reel. "Oh, she's a big one." Stan smiled as he looked on from the other side of the boat. "Well, don't let her get away." Bob continued to reel the line in, but started to struggle a bit. "I'm telling you, Stan, this might be the biggest one I've ever hooked." "You sure you didn't just snag a log down there?" "No way. It's coming up, just slowly." Stan edged his way over to get a better look. He grabbed the net, ready to help haul the fish in. "Look, I think I see something." A large object started to emerge just below the surface. "Bob, that doesn't look like any fish I've ever seen." "Well, what is it?" "Not sure. Keep bringing it up." Little by little, the object was revealed. Black hair started to twirl in the water as it floated to the top. It contrasted sharply to the pale, rotting flesh of a forehead, then deep, hollow eye sockets, and finally cold, bluish-tinted lips that had been partially eaten away. Stan tumbled back into the boat. "What is it?" Bob yelled. It's a dead body." "What?" Bob looked over the edge to see the grisly face staring right at him. Fish were gathered all around, biting off little pieces of skin as it floated in the murky water. Bob didn't say a word. He just kept looking at it while he held his hand over his mouth in disgust. "What should we do?" Stan finally asked. "Well, we should probably call the police." "Yeah, it sounds like the right thing to do." Bob sighed. "Shame, though. I was really looking forward to fishing today." Stan looked around. "Yeah, it sure was a perfect day." Bob looked at the dead body as it floated to the side of the boat, its head lightly bouncing off the metal. "I mean, this fella is dead. We can't really help him anyway." Stan looked over. "Nope, deader than a doornail." There was a long pause as Stan and Bob looked at each other. "Well, what should we do?" Bob looked out at the lake. The water was smooth and calm. The wind was light and refreshing, and the golden leaves on the trees were softly swaying back and forth. It really was the perfect day. "Cut him loose. We've got some fishing to do."